All right, good evening. Welcome back. Hope you're having a terrific Microsoft Monday. Maybe some of you, a lot of you, maybe are not. I was actually catching up on some sleep earlier, taking a nap, but evidently the Microsoft news will not let me rest. So the question is, how many Windows 10 updates does it take to create a Linux desktop? Apparently a whole bunch. So we'll get into the news here in a moment. What's up, Sam? I see you are in chat. How are you? Music once again is from the YouTube audio library. I thought this song to start off would be appropriate. Hurts So Good Blues. Or maybe in this case it hurts so bad blues, right? Let's go ahead and transition here. Everything looks good on my end. If you are new to all this, I do use Windows 10 occasionally. And I'm using something called Ubuntu Mate, as you see here. This might be a possible alternative to Windows 10. Keep in mind, as of today, there is no standard National Linux desktop except for Chromebooks. But we'll get to that in a moment. But if you're willing to be adventurous, absolutely try a form of Linux. You never know, it might work for you. Alright, so this was unscheduled, so I don't know how many people are going to be here in the chat. So, again, I thought I would catch up on some rest for this evening. I actually still have to do some grocery shopping. It would be nice to walk into my local grocery store and pick up an Ubuntu machine, but no. Oh well, I can dream, can't I? Sammy doing just fine, very good. I'm okay too. Hello, Icon. Shall we give this another minute? All right, you twisted my arm. Another minute. Just a quick heads up, the week of the 6th, unless something changes, I'm going to be taking some personal time. So, I'm going to try and do 3 or 4 or more live shows this week. And I'll let you guys know unless something changes. So, this is something I've been asked to do in the past on a full-time basis. I can't, but maybe this week I'll be able to squeeze a week in of YouTube events. So thank you for 9 years of the channel. If you would like to support the channel, just check out the links below in the show notes. If you are new here, welcome. I am a Windows user that promotes Linux, or at least tries to. And even after 9 years, I'm still doing it. It's been ups, it's been downs, it's been exhilarating, it's been disappointing, and anyway, alright, well, let's go to the news, and if somebody jumps in and wants to say hello, please do. Again, this was unscheduled, and that appears to be my my MO. Alright, so what we have here, this is from Extreme Tech. This is the latest Microsoft corporate jet, of course based off of Windows 10. Since they finally fixed everything. Excuse me. Wow. Yeah. I guess the latest Windows 10 updates are causing freezes, sluggish performance. This is off extremetech.com. I will not go through all of this. I wanted to focus on a different article, but you can take a look at this if you so choose to. I guess this is affecting some users who are using specific antivirus programs. I use the built-in one that is in Linux, I'm sorry, in Windows, that appears to be fine. So you can take a look at this. And yeah, this is from Extreme Tech. Again, you may not want to take a ride on the Microsoft corporate jet. It's not quite right, is it? That's pretty funny picture, I'd have to admit. Oh man, okay, alright, so let's go. Hello Robert, Digital Entity, yeah. More news. Well, more snore I use. Yeah, I mean, where does this end? I don't know. But we're going to give some Windows users your choice. I've talked about this before. So this is from Forbes.com. Windows 10 is doing a great job persuading people to switch to a different operating system. Yeah. To continue issues with updates. Now, I don't know if this is specifically happening to people who did the free upgrades, or is this happening to people who are buying new machines? I don't know. It says here that the update problem started 2018, and they appear, at least for some, to be getting worse, a lot worse. So far, I have not experienced those issues, but I have primarily Lenovo and ThinkPad stuff. I have an older Gateway machine, and maybe it's hardware specific. I really don't know. I think the updates take way too long, too many reboots. I'm not sure if that's really a problem, but a feature of the update system for Microsoft. But that being said, there are millions out there who are fed up with what's going on. Yes, I got my hello father say yes. My cough has been taken care of with some Ubuntu Mate elixir. Thank you very much. Welcome. All right, so there are two alternatives that have proven themselves. If you are a Windows user who has had enough. And this article just basically repeats what I have said. The two alternatives that you can go buy in the store, at least, or that you may have heard of, are Mac OS and Chrome OS, specifically Pixelbooks. The author explains here that Chrome OS handles updates differently than either Mac or Windows. Instead of large-scale feature updates that have a lot of working parts, Chrome pushes much smaller updates much more frequently. Fewer features means there's less things that can go wrong. It certainly makes sense to me. Chrome OS also does not interrupt workflow while it's updating. Updates take place in the background. Each time you log in, Chrome checks to see if there is a new security update, installs it in the background. So there you go. I don't think it can get much more simpler than that. If you have a Pixelbook, which is what I recommend, if you're fed up with Windows and you want the best that Linux has to offer without the bugs, that it's proven itself over and over at a decent price, check out the Pixelbook. A lot of people seem to like it. And it mentions here about the Pixelbook. There's even hints that Google is working towards getting Windows 10 certification for the Pixelbook, which would be awesome, which means dual booting. Possibility to dual boot on a Pixelbook. Of course, you can run Android, Chrome, some of the Linux apps, and then coming soon, Windows 10. Awesome. Hopefully the Windows 10 will not break the Pixelbook. But I'm assuming if it's going to be certified, the update process for Windows will work differently in a Pixelbook than it does for the other machines. So Pixelbook is, look, if I had the budget, I would buy me a Pixelbook and I would do all the live events. In fact, I would try to do as much as I can from that Pixelbook. I mean 90% I would try to do from that Pixelbook to prove to Windows users that Linux does not have to suck. I would do that. I would use that machine 24/7 as much as I can as proof that Linux can be a viable alternative. Now the other option mentioned here is also, Mac. Macs certainly for many may be overpriced, but they also have proven themselves to be stable. The updates apparently are not an issue in Mac machines, as they are not an issue in Chromebooks. So right now, if you are a Windows user and you're not happy, there are two viable alternatives that have proven themselves, and that are Chromebooks. Even the $200 Chromebook may be for you. I mean, if all you do is go on the web and that's it, you can certainly get away with a $200 or $300 Chromebook. That's all you do. If you want something faster, more full featured, then go with the Pixelbook. Of course, if you buy a MacBook or a MacBook computer, then of course that'll do just about anything that you need it to do without the update headaches of, or the potential update headaches of, a Windows machine. You may also want to consider buying refurbished MacBooks. Look for a Retina display. The displays look superb. Look for that if you wear contacts like I do, or if you wear glasses a lot of the time. So look for the Retina display, and look for a Chromebook, specifically a Pixelbook, if you are looking for an alternative to Windows 10. I don't know where this is going to end or how this gets fixed. Windows 10 is a much more complicated system than it needs to be, but that's the way it was designed. So barring a complete overhaul, I don't think this is going to get better. So again, if you are looking for better alternatives, and I believe there are right now, MacBooks have proven themselves. And consider a Chromebook if you're looking for a Linux option. Even the $200 Chromebook should be enough, at least for some people who just want to get on the web, play video, music, and that's all you want to do. Again, look into the Pixelbook. If I had the budget, I would definitely buy the Pixelbook, and I would use it 7 days a week. I would have no problem doing that. So yeah, these are my thoughts for this Microsoft Monday. This seems to be like, I sound like a broken record. But who would have thought that the #1 issue with Windows would not be privacy, it would be updates. Go figure. Look, even the cat here in this picture likes the Chromebook. Hello, Joe. Yeah, a little bit early tonight. I was actually napping, catching up on some sleep, and some notifications, some news woke me up. Windows 10 updates is added again. When is it never added again, right? So yeah, I did post a brief video this morning that I actually meant to upload over the weekend and I forgot. Some of you are saying that you can just download Linux for free or update your Windows system and all that. You certainly can, but there are potential problems there. You can run into potential bugs, issues. The only surefire way, if you need Windows 10, is to buy a new machine that was made specifically for Windows 10, or just buy a Linux option, buy a Chromebook. The Chromebooks have proven themselves. Starting at $200, and there is no other machine period out there that can match that consumer friendliness as of today. So Robert, you tried installing Win 10 on your old Lenovo X120 AMD dual core. Win 10 was too heavy. Let's see, 4 gigs of. Yeah, the RAM is enough, but the AMD dual core 1.6 is not enough. That would feel heavy, yeah. Running MX 1801 with no problems. Yeah. I mean, look, for a lot of people, just downloading a Linux OS to replace Windows may work just fine, but for a lot of people, maybe just as many, can be a nightmare. And I cannot in good conscience, without a desktop standard for Linux, I cannot in good conscience, as of today, recommend a Linux machine at a fair price unless you're buying a Chromebook, because Chromebooks have proven themselves. You updated Windows 10 dual boot workstation after a number of months. Non-use, of course, and if she broke the audio. Yeah. Our friend Stephanie, I've mentioned, every time she does an update on her Dell, she has to reinstall her graphics drivers. Yeah, you know, there's probably a lot of people out there who are going to take advantage of the free upgrade to Windows 10. A lot of outdated machines, maybe with dual cores or slower machines. Yeah, it will install, but you won't be happy with it. I have updated machines with dual cores with Windows 10. It installed fine. Am I happy with the performance? Is it something I would use every day? Nah, I don't think so. So really, you know, if you really need and have to use a Windows, the Windows operating system, just buy a machine that was made for it. If you don't need Windows, take a look at Apple and take a look at the Chromebook. Out of the two, if you live online, definitely go with the Chromebook. Absolutely. This Friday, unless something comes up, I may do something special. I'm going to try and live stream on an old dual-core ThinkPad with just 2 gigs of RAM. Yeah, 2 gigs of RAM. I did install a new battery and a new SSD. It helps a little bit. So I will try and do that Friday night. Live stream from that little bitty ThinkPad that originally had the Windows XP. And hopefully it won't crash. So yeah. I'll let you guys know by Thursday. Alright, so I'll stick around a little bit longer. Tried with Windows 10 on a dual-core machine, a Pentium dual-core. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Is it as fast as my Linux? No. Would I use it every day to do this? Absolutely not. You know, would I use a Chromebook every day? Sure, I would. What's up, Frostbite? Yeah. This is what I'm doing now here, running 1.6 gigs of RAM. The live stream. This is my current system here. Don't forget Hackintosh. Not for newbies, David. Can't do that. Yeah, I have to stick with I know people can walk into a store what works. So now if someone has time to tinker, sure, David, absolutely. Yeah, I did catch news about the Notre Dame Cathedral, Joe. It's very, very sad, of course, historically. I think it was built many, I don't know, 700-800 years ago. I hope no one's hurt. That's my number one thing. I'm not into buildings personally. Maybe that's just me as a New Yorker. I think buildings, you know, building is a building. It burns down, so what? Build a nicer one. I'm more concerned about the people, you know. It all comes down to the people and not to the structure. But that being said, it's very, very sad, yeah, what's going on there. You put Win 10 on a 10-year-old computer, it runs. But I've done that too, Sam, on a 10-year-old machine. But it's not. You know, why would somebody want to run a slow computer to get on the web when they can buy a $200 Chromebook, get on the web, be considerably faster, and best of all, they're going to say, hey, this is Linux, this is awesome. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for slow and okay, but that's, you know, that's just me. Yes, this is Ubuntu Mate 19.04. Obviously, it's not the final. That's coming up. And again, I'm running an old, outdated machine here, AMD A6 integrated graphics. But it's good enough. It's good enough for live streaming. It's slow for video. But yeah, it seems to be. It's got the latest kernel. It seems 5.0. It seems okay. So I mean, this is the potential power of Linux. So, Quails, what's up, man? You're going to run an upgrade command if it's stable. Well, it's stable for me. I can't promise it's going to be stable for you. It's been stable since I installed this over a week ago, Mark, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming this is a separate machine of yours, then go ahead. But keep in mind it's still a beta, and there are bugs. Yeah, it's going to be slow there, Sam, but even I got an 11, 12-year-old Acer that listed on my channel running Windows 10. It was a bit sluggish. Okay, alright. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that in another video on the requirements for Windows 10 to run it. The bare minimum requirements according to Microsoft is 2 gigs of RAM. No. If you only have 2 gigs of RAM, go with the Chromebook. Stevie boy, ba-ba-ba-boo, what's up? Read about how the Win 10 update of April is causing free. Yes, we've talked about that. Yeah, yeah. I don't know where it ends, Sam. You know, but it's almost like a vaudeville joke. How many Windows updates does it take to create a Linux desktop for the masses? I don't know. This is running, I don't think this is running the latest Mate. I think the latest Mate desktop is 1.22. But that's okay. I'm more interested in stability than cutting edge, so yeah. So I'm cool with that. Yeah, I think the final release of this is next week, Mark. So I mean, you may be good enough to upgrade. I don't know. I did a full install, just a fresh install. So yeah. Quails is on a Mac. All right, Quails. I have a simple question. Does the update process on a Mac suck compared to what we've been talking about? I'll just be on. I'll just ask you straightforward. How is the update process on a Mac? I think I know, but I'll ask you anyway. Yeah, let's hear for Windows. Yeah. You missed the beginning of this, but yeah. See, Steve, this is Microsoft's new Windows 10 corporate jet. This still has a few bugs in it. You know, the engines are out of place, the wheels are upside down, but you know, it's getting there. But this was the better headline. Windows 10 is doing a great job persuading people to switch to a different operating system, namely Mac or Chromebook. But yeah, I will not fly Microsoft Airlines. No, thank you. That's a clever picture. I like it. But yeah, I got out a little bit earlier tonight. I need to run out and do some grocery shopping and stuff. So again, I'll probably be on again Monday, or today is Monday. Be on again Friday evening. So Quails, what's the answer? How do Macs update? Are they as unique as Windows, or is it slightly better? Yeah, the latest Zorin beta, it's fine. I tested it. It seems okay to me. It's good? Okay. Alright, let's give this a 10-minute warning. I need to wrap this up for this evening. If you haven't already, check out the latest news and nonsense with our good friend Stephanie from last night. We're going to try and do a live show next weekend, this weekend coming up. Just a heads up, okay? I know you guys have been asking, so we may. We'll see. We'll see. She's busy working on her new album and working for other people's albums, and I don't know where, I don't know where she finds time to sleep. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know how she does it. God bless her. So yeah, it is good and it's better. Yeah, that's what I thought, Quails. Yeah, it's much more streamlined. I've never heard of Mac updates creating havoc on any system, at least not on a wide scale. So Mac is definitely an alternative for you Windows folks. Absolutely, you know. If we have anybody new in the audience, please do stop by and say hello. I got an update on that Paris fire. The structure is saved from destruction. Okay. Mark, if you're having medical issues, maybe you shouldn't be messing with Linux. It might make it worse. Yeah, Steve, Zorin 15 is shaping up rather nicely. It is too expensive, or the Macs are too expensive. Refurbs, Quails, yeah. Refurbished computer with the warranty might be the way out. Frostbite says Linux never seems to break anything really. At least for me, that is on the HP laptop. Hit the like button. That's up. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been very fortunate with Linux the last 2-3 years, so take your medication, Mark. Don't forget if you need it. It does look sweet, Steve. Yeah. Yeah, it's I went from Ubuntu to Linux Mint to Zorin in my transition periods. Then I went to Ubuntu Unity, hopped some more. I settled with Ubuntu Unity up until they no longer were going to make any more Ubuntu Unities, and they went to GNOME, so I'm with Ubuntu Mate, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mark, don't forget to take your loads, man. You take your loads or your head's gonna explode, okay? Yeah, I mean, if you're on medication consistently, maybe Linux is not the best option for you. Mark. Hello, Ben. Alright, 5-minute warning. Then I need to go. Buy some food. What if they have cannolis at Kroger's? Bobby Strickland is in the house. Hello, sir. Welcome. I'm just about to wrap this up, but thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Zoran, they started like, Steve, 10 years ago, believe it or not. Yeah. Ben, you got a 95 on your Microsoft Access test. Excellent. Ben, they need you. They're still having troubles with updates. Stephanie didn't come out and say, but why jump from one sinking ship? Gnostic, neither system is perfect for her. The problem with Windows for her are the updates. The problem with Apple is not enough ports. Yeah, it's according to her, you spend all this money for professional equipment, or you think it's professional, but it's not professional enough. So she has both, because one does one better, one does the other thing better, but she did say overall Apple is definitely more stable, less surprises for her. So that's why I say if you're sick of Windows, Apple can be an option. But she was saying over the course of I forget how many years, the price may not be exactly worth it. But are they stable machines? According to her, they are. More than Windows. No problems with the updates. Use a bigger hammer. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, but you can just catch us on the replay. It was just more This is Microsoft Monday. There was more Microsoft Windows updates that apparently will never go away. So, you know. Thank you for the PayPal, Ben, by the way. I got the email this past weekend. So, thank you. On your last Office test, PowerPoint. All right, nice. Ubuntu Mate and GNOME 3 Desktop look all right. Okay. Okay, this is the last call for comments. Let's finish up with Hurt So Good Blues. One of my favorite songs from the YouTube audio library. The game you installed in Wine got it working. Okay, good. Substandard parts in Apple. Okay, that may be it. Gnostic, I don't know. Like I said, me and her she was talking more about stability that she liked versus Windows. But yeah. Alright, anything else before we wrap this up? Linux has plenty of sound editing programs. Yeah, but Stephanie needs something like proven and professional in Linux. She just doesn't have time to mess with Linux. I don't blame her. So, however, she was all for a national Linux desktop. She says, sure, why not? So there you go, from a professional singer. All right, gentlemen, I need to go.